Ladies and gentlemen, I'm NoGod21. Welcome back to Let's Play Soul Reaver 2. In the last episode, we had successfully gotten the Fire Reaver. Excellent. However, we also bore witness to Janos Ordren's execution? Murder? I'm not sure what to call it, considering that the Seraphan, or more specifically, Raziel and his brother's former human selves rip out Janos' heart from his chest. So now we're on our way back to Seraphan Keep to retrieve that heart. And I have no idea how long this is actually going to be, because I think I'm actually nearing the end of the game. If I remember correctly. Because while I've never played Soul Reaver 2 before, I have watched a cutscene compilation movie. Game movie? I'm not sure what you would call it. God damn it. That works. And if I remember correctly, coming back to the Seraphan Stronghold after acquiring the Fire Reaver is right at the end of the game, close to it. But that could be a faulty memory being absolutely shite. I kind of wish when killing these things with the Reaver they would actually hit me. But what can you do? Anyway, we need to get out of this cave. And ignore the demons, because there's no point until they block off the way forward. I'm just going to ignore a lot of them. Fuck off, demons. Later, assholes. Oh, great. More shadow demons. Elemental demons. Elemental spirits. I'm pretty sure there's an actual name for these fuckers. I'm just too lazy to look it up. Anyway, why bother fighting? I'm not facing against human opponents, so there's literally no point in me wasting my health trying to kill things. Hello, Pillars of Nosgoth. Whee! Don't you look pretty?
He thinks he can change his destiny. What a fool.
Ow. Oh, screw this. Oh no. That's blocked off, son of a bitch. Okay, stop throwing things at me. Shit. Okay, one down. This presents me with a bit of a problem. I know. I'll go into the spectral realm. Drain some nearby souls. Which will then allow me to head back into the material realm. And proceed to kick these fuckers' asses. Now granted I lose the Fire Reaver doing this, but what can you do? Okay, demons. Out better than I thought it would. Apparently with the big boys, just don't lock onto them. apparently my ability to dodge their attacks, even though they're big, slow, and easily telegraphed, is absolute shit. Okay, now with the Seraphim. I'll be taking your heart and your weapon. We're taking the soul. Sorry, you can't dodge my heavy attack, buddy. Okay. Asshole. Come on, I can keep doing your hits. You gotta get closer. Sorry, pal. I'll take this one, I guess.
Guard me, brothers.
Return to him.
Ah, I actually dodged the attack. I'm impressed with myself. Ow. Oh, you can't just... Fuck off. I will stab at thee. Cut off your hair. And I think I should toss this. I don't need it anymore. I mean, I don't... I should probably get the Wind Reaver going. At the very least, activate this. I don't necessarily know why I would need to use this to go back. But who knows?
Free your soul.
Nice try. No running away from you.
Seize him.
Free your soul, demon.
Nah.
Free your soul, demon.
My soul is bound to the Elder God's will at this point, so even if you do kill me, I'll just come back. Sucks to be you then. The kingdom bastards.
Guard me, brothers.
It's like, I don't understand the damage of the Soul Reaver sometimes. Sometimes it's one hit, sometimes it takes multiple hits. What the hell? Or is it just because I'm using a running attack? Look at my masterful tactics against trained soldiers. Running in circles while stabbing at thee. Your instructors must be proud. Now deal with thee. Okay. You know, gotta wait for the reticule to actually show up before it actually launches, which is kind of annoying.
Guard me, brothers. Here's one.
You know, I don't mind the inclusion of a heavy attack, but I miss the ability to just hold a button and charge up my goddamn telekinesis attacks. That's one thing I miss. Motherfucker.
Guard me, brothers.
Cue an ambush of demons? No. That's weird, because this seems like a proper combat arena for that. Fuck you. Fuck you. Especially you. Ah, we're back here where it becomes ice. Man, the winters in Nosgoth must be terrible if an entire lake freezes over. And we're just gonna make a save just to be safe. Okay. Normally I would need to get the Light Reaver to open up that, but since this is nothing but pure ice, I need the Fire Reaver to open this up. Ooh. There's the light font. Or is that the fire? There's the fire. Light 'em up. Light 'em up. Okay, I see. We get the Fire Reaver, we stab at the Fire Reaver plate over there, which will in turn unfreeze the Ice Lake. While human bastards. You burn, bitch. Okay. I unfreeze the lake, which will allow me to swim, which will allow me to do a boosted dive jump, swim jump, up there, which will allow me to get the Light Reaver, which will then allow me to head back over there, shoot that, open up that, and I'm free to go back inside. That's my plan of action. Now if these bitches could stop whirling light balls at me, I would appreciate it. Aren't we just lucky that this exists? Okay. The game decided to throw a curveball at me. It just opened up enough for the door to open, not the entire lake. Never mind then. Looks like I'm gonna be flying to it.
By all that is holy!
By all that is holy, shut the
Return!
up. Damn it.
Your soul!
Nah, I'm good. Okay, now we just glide over here. Light. At least Raziel's not heavy enough to crack through ice. That would be a fucking image to see. Okay, now we just need to find everybody else. And that's not the right way. This is the right way, dingus. Oh, they can shoot through the water. Good to know. And let's have at the... Oh! Okay, that takes care of that. I'm at full health, which means I should be good for the boss fights. Looks like we're not going back anytime soon. I wonder how that all that water stays there without evaporating or being absorbed into the earth. But then again, I am not the foremost scientist on...
Seize him!
On hydrodynamics. I'm sorry, seize me, you say. Sorry, all your souls are mine. Or more specifically, the Reaver. Here's a thought experiment. What would happen if Shang Tsung had a weapon like the Soul Reaver? Would he gain the powers and abilities of the souls that the Eater eats, or would it just enhance the Reaver? Food for thought. Then again, what would happen if Raziel devoured Shang Tsung's soul? Would he gain the additional souls that Shang Tsung has devoured to live for millennia? Or would he just gain Shang Tsung's original soul and gain the power from it? There's an interesting idea.
Suddenly and inexplicably, I discovered the Reaver suspiciously laid across my path. Again, I sensed nothing of that temporal distortion, the peculiar sense of displacement I had felt when I encountered the Reaver in William's chapel. Cornered here with the blade, I suffered the same nameless dread that I had experienced when Janos first presented the Reaver to me. I felt at once repelled by the blade, and yet overwhelmingly compelled to seize it.
So, Raziel, here we are, finally. You have no choice but to confront me now, and I am not so foolish as I've let you believe. We have business to conclude.
You knew I would lead the Sarafan to Janos, you vile bastard. You've been orchestrating my every move. My destiny is an amusement to you.
It was fun while it lasted. I think not, Raziel. Malik, do not let this creature leave. He poses a danger to the Circle. Poor, deluded Raziel, did you somehow imagine you had the guile to change history on me? I'm the Time Streamer. I knew your every intention before you did, you imbecile.
All your dogs! They can feast on your corpses!
Lord Mobius, there is trouble within. The Circle is under
Hold
attack.
fast, Malik. This one is the real danger to us.
What are you trying to concoct here, Mobius?
You toxic creature. Did you imagine I'd simply allow you to run loose, corrupting everything you encounter?
I admit that I've underestimated you to this point, Mobius. It's a mistake I won't repeat.
Wrong again, Raziel. Now, Malik, bolt the door.
Using his staff to disable my Wraithblade, Mobius effectively disarmed me, leaving me with only one choice of weapon. And yet I confess, it was not the lack of options, but blind rage that made me take up the Reaver. In my fury, it felt as though my hand had acted of its own will. And now, that same hand clutched the hilt with unyielding strength, and I felt a constrained tingling, a remote but palpable sense of longing, as the disabled Wraithblade tried vainly to embrace its physical twin.
Well, we now have the Reaver in our physical hands. Unfortunately for us, we can't use the Wraithblade. And I can't use telekinesis. Oh, great. Well, so that explains why Malik was so late getting to Vorador. He was with Mobius trying to deal with us. But Mobius, being the conniving, scheming snake that he is, foresaw these events and, shall we say, stacked the deck in his favor, like the asshole that he is.
Take your revenge, demon.
Back to hell with you!
I recognize these two as my former brethren, in life as Sarafan, and in unlife as Cain's vampire sons. Melchiah and Zephon, the weakest of Cain's brood. These bastards had no idea what future lay in store for them, how they would become the very thing they so despised. The Reaver hummed with ravenous anticipation. Janos had called it a vampiric blade, endowed with the power to drain its victims of their lifeblood. I was eager to see what the Reaver would do to these two.
And this isn't an unaugmented Reaver. This is just a pure sword at this point. Ow. Okay, Mr. Halbert Stabby Stab. Wait a minute, I'm not taking damage here! Oh my god, the Reaver, you are a godsend. So essentially, I'm effectively in God mode right now. Sweet. Of course, doesn't help. Oh, fuck this. I'll just stab it. Once I get rid of one, the other one should go down real easy. And that's my phone off. Well, I'm kind of in the middle of something. That's one down. Ow. And of course I get the fucking hardest one for last. Oh! And you're dead.
As Melchiah and Zephon fell before my blade, I felt the Reaver's bloodthirst as keenly as I ever had when I was still a vampire. I could sense the boundary between us dissolving. The Reaver was consumed with my rage, and I was intoxicated by its bloodlust. The blade had a vitalizing effect on me. My physical energy no longer decayed over time, and the wounds inflicted by my foes healed almost instantly. The Reaver had made me invincible.
Don't let that invulnerability get to your head, Raziel. I don't think it'll last. Now I need to find the door. Is it this one? I honestly don't remember. Looks like it.
Have you come to reclaim the monster's black heart?
You'll have to get to us first.
My former brethren, Duma and Rahab, confronted me next. This all seemed so elegantly choreographed. Exhilarated by the Reaver, I was drunk with revelations. I could finally appreciate the delicious irony of Cain's blasphemous private joke, and I reveled as I colluded with him across the centuries. For it was I who put these bastards in their tomb, thus providing the corpses for Cain to raise as his vampire sons a millennium from now.
Yes, okay, let's deal with Mr. Howe, or Dick himself. Bastards! Man, at least these guys are somewhat difficult. Because I actually had to learn some dodging here. And what are hitboxes? Well, at least you guys actually put a decent fight more than your compatriots ever do. Of course, there's nothing I suck at combat! Though I do wish. Okay, I think I'm starting to get the hang of dodging two-handed wielders. And I think that's Doom will do. Because I'm basing this on color. So Rahab was blue. Water, anyway. Well, either way, whether or not that was Rahab or Duma is irrelevant, because this pirate bastard's gonna die next. Oh, you're stuck in a corner. Okay, we dealt with Malchiah, Zephon, Duma, and Rahab at this point. The only two that are left are Raziel himself and Terrell. I'm assuming the one up here is Terrell.
Get back to the pit you crawled from, demon.
And here at last was my brother Tyrell, who along with Duma would bear me into the abyss without questioning Cain's command. So dutiful and righteous, even as a vampire. I guess some habits die hard. The vampire Tyrell had eluded my vengeance. The Sarafan Tyrell would not.
Eluded your vengeance. That's an easy way of saying he was cut out of Soul Reaver 1. Of course, we won't meet the vampire version of Terrell until Defiance. So, there is that. It's nice to see when developers have cut content they can use in later games. Whether it's because of time restraints or because it didn't fit. It's always nice to see that work didn't go to waste. There's actually dodge fucking halberds. Technically, these guys ain't using halberds, they're using glaives. I'm not sure exactly what specific type of glaive. It looks more like... It doesn't look Chinese. Well, I say that. Chinese blades can actually look very simplistic. The embellishment and fittings and blade shape. It's too wide and not curved enough to be a naginata. I'm obsessing over that way too much. I guess the only one left is good old Raziel. Figures. And I remember this part, because I don't think fighting Raziel is a boss fight. I think it's more dramatic irony. But I could be wrong. The video I watched cut out gameplay sections, so...
So, vampire, here we are. You've destroyed my brethren, and now you've come for me. You'll find I'm not such easy prey. I don't want to kill you, but I will if I must. Return the heart to me, and we can end this now. So, you've come to avenge that filthy parasite and reclaim his foul heart. You're a righteous fiend, aren't you? Apparently I am. No, vampire. This is where it ends. But you won't be leaving this room. Now, let's finish this. I'll make it mercifully quick. As you did for Janos? No, that beast had eluded us for far too long. It would have been a shame to end him too quickly. It's ironic, really. The great Janos Ordrin turned out to be no challenge at all. Thanks to you. Did you hear his cowardly screams when I tore that black heart out of his carcass?
Oh, so we do fight him. Good to know. But here's the thing, human Raziel. You're facing against your future self, so you're screwed. This is not how it works. The past version barely beats the future version unless it's plot-contrived bullshit. Plus, there's one fatal flaw in your strategy there. I'm immortal. The Soul Reaver allows me to be invincible in this mortal body. If if I didn't have this, then you would have a slight chance. But since I have this, you're screwed. Plus, at the end of the day, you're the same as every other sword bearer in this game. In which case, just spam, guard, dodge, and juggle the living fuck out of you. At least you're blocking. Plus, your patterns are starting to get easier for me to read there, buddy. Not your stabs, though. Yep. Enough with the choots. God damn it. Can we stop playing around with this already? Man, you have a lot of health. I guess you're in charge for a reason there, Raziel. Dodge back for the swipe. Dodge. What's bodge? Dodge back for the swipe. Dodge left to right to the other hand. Of course, I'm trying to dodge. I'm just failing at it. Classic triple combo there, buddy. Oh my god, Raziel, did you just die already?
I renounce you. And so it ends. My history comes full circle. Sensing its twin, the Wraithblade uncoiled itself from me, and instead wound lovingly around its former self. I felt its grip loosen, and as the blade left me, its absence chilled me more than its presence ever had. A foreboding sense of emptiness and loss stole over me, and a terrible revelation gathered like a storm at the edge of my awareness. With all other foes exhausted, the conjoined blades turned themselves on me, and I realized, finally, why I had sensed nothing when Janos offered me the blade. The Reaver was never forged to be a soul-stealing weapon. The ravenous, soul-devouring entity trapped in the blade was, and always had been, me. This is why the blade was destroyed when Cain tried to strike me down. The Reaver could not devour its own soul. The paradox shattered the blade. So, this was my terrible destiny. To play out this purgatorial cycle for all eternity. I could not bear it. Despair overwhelmed me. You. Are you enjoying this game? Don't fight it, Raziel. Give into it. Was this your destiny for me all along? Trust me. I felt myself weakening, unable to hold on any longer. The Reaver was too strong. The compulsion to simply let go, too great. And then, a growing sense of vertigo and the familiar displacement. The paradoxical moment when my twinned soul hovered both outside and inside the Reaver blade. This was the instant, the glimmer of temporal distortion Cain had been counting on all along. This was the edge of the coin, the minute flicker of probability upon which Cain had gambled everything.
Now you are free to reclaim your true destiny, Raziel.
Behind Cain's eyes, I could see new memories blooming and dying as history labored to reshuffle itself around this monumental obstruction. And I could see by the dawning horror on his face that perhaps we had strained history too far this time. That by trying to alter my fate, he may have introduced a fatal paradox.
My God. The Hilden. We walked right into their trap. Raziel, Janos must stay dead.
But Cain's warning was lost as I slipped into the spirit realm, too weak to maintain my physical form. And there, waiting for me as always, was the Reaver, the Wraithblade, my own soul, twinned and bound eternally to me. And I realized that I could never escape my terrible destiny. I had merely postponed it. History abhors a paradox.
History does abhor a paradox, considering it fixed itself. Looks like I was right in being near the end of the game. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Soul Reaver 2. In all honesty, this feels like a stepping point, where the developers tried to improve on Soul Reaver 2 and improve some aspects, but it feels like it was never properly finished. This game feels too short for what it tries to do. But that's just my theory. I could be completely wrong about that. But anyway, I had a lot of fun. What Cain said makes me wonder what the hell just happened in the past. Fortunately for us, there is a game that explains the third timeline history of why Cain wants to make sure that Janos stays dead. He mentioned the Hilden, and they become important during Defiance and Blood Omen 2. Now, if you're going to play the Legacy of Cain series, you should go Blood Omen, Soul Reaver 2. At this point, you can either play Blood Omen 2, which is an interlude between Blood Omen and Soul Reaver because of Cain removing the Soul Reaver from Raziel, made another timeline shift. And therefore, the events of Blood Omen 2 play out during that shift. Or, if you don't really care about any of that, you can just play Defiance, which is, as of this recording, the last game in the Legacy of Cain series. But as for me, while Soul Reaver 2 may be over, the Legacy of Cain series is not over for me just yet. I got 2 games left. In the next episode, Chronicle of Legacy of Cain, we should be playing Blood Omen 2. But till then, I've been NoGod21, this has been Let's Play Soul Reaver 2. Thanks for watching, have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you in the next video. Enjoy the credits.